Okay, this is the map that we were looking for, so that this can guide us. We've just received it. In fact, yes. You remember why they were teaching you geography? Map reading. So you can do it. So let me come and explain. Okay.
Tell us where is which.
So those of map reading would pick one. I'm answering the one of Randy. I'm answering you, sir.
Yes, sir.
So those who were here earlier, I told you that we needed to find a definition of this Akright City. What is the boundary? And we picked that idea from the from the Bible, which talks about 10-kilometer circumference. So and in the Bible, it talks about a square. It is 2.5 kilometer, 2.5 kilometer. But when we went on our own land, here, a square would push off some parts of Akright City. So we agreed to follow this particular shape you can see. Okay, so here is what we call Akright stage. So you can orientate yourselves in your mind. This is the Akright stage. And this is Wamara, where the road ends. You remember the tarmac? This one past police.
Yes.
So this is Wamara.
Yeah.
So Wamara, then this is the Pepsi factory. You can orientate yourselves?
Yes.
This is the road to Sisa.
Yes.
Now you so now from Akright stage, this line goes past the this school Taiba, and then straight to cross the superhighway. And once it reaches here, it becomes 10 kilometers as the circumference. Eh? The perimeter, the circumference. All this is 10 kilometers. So when before I go to bed, I kneel and ask God, can you bless Akright City? And he needs to know what are you talking about. And I'm talking about the area whose circumference is 10 kilometers. And I first quote his word in Ezekiel chapter 48, verse 35. Because you said, that city which has got the southern side of it with many buildings. Read the Bible. From chapter 40 to 48 of Ezekiel, you are going to find what I'm talking about. So, now I come back straight to your question of rendezvous. So rendezvous is right here. This is your known rendezvous where you bought from, the suya, the what. But this is now the area we are saying should be extended to your rendezvous, and then you get interested in it. When you go to the Catholic Church, to the Muslim mosque, to the Anglican Church, to the Pentecostal Church, pray for your area. So this is the area. And I have asked Adam to share with all of you this map, so that when you are a leader, even if you don't do so much here, but at least you pray for that area. If somebody comes from here, include him or her. Take an example. I've told you this is Wamara, but we are not the ones who had bought here. But when we are asking government to give us a road, we asked up to Wamara. Where we were not can I say, signatories. When I am asking for the road here, I'm going to ask up here. They're going to say, because it falls in this city. And when I'm asking God to bless, I do not stop at here where I live. I want the whole of this place. And kindly please, those who read the Bible, read chapter 48, verse 35. It's going to tell you that the city, the name of this city is the Lord is there. Incidentally, the Bible mentions thousands of times about a city and very few times about a village. It means God loves cities more than villages. And for the Quran, it is even worse. They say 90% of luck is in towns, not in villages. So for that matter, if you are building a city, what kind of city? Which city? What? And for us, we said it is a city in the Bible, 10-kilometer circumference. Not that we have taken it. No. For development, exactly. Not that we have any claim. This land is owned by somebody. But we are saying, we as leaders now, can we, for example, when the CISA people came, I wasn't in the meeting, but they told me, I said, I would have straight away told them you are outside the boundary without raising their what? Their hopes. But because they pass through our land, they pass through our land because they drive here on our tarmac. On our tarmac, they go through here to the peps. They have interest if we call them to be party to this tarmac here. Because they use it while they are going to their place, they should contribute.
Correct.
But when it comes to our city as Akra, the Akright City, community, something, then we are talking about this. And for heaven's sake, if we are believers, if all of us are believers, you know that if you dedicate something to God, He will bless. So this is a map which I will expect that we shall give everybody, to, leaders, so that when you are talking about your thing, when we are asking government, for example, President Museveni, government of NRM gave us 20 kilometers for our city. Which were these roads? You know, there is this church. Where is the Catholic church?
Down here.
Down the side.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Aha. So for example, there is this Catholic church here, and then there is here Anglican church. Where is
The other side, where the X is. There.
aha? You see? So now this road here, this one,
Church Road.
this one, this which makes that connects these churches is part of that 20 kilometers. But you realize that one could argue, but that's not upright, because he thinks upright is here where there is where there is a Par village and what. We were not short-sighted. We are not myopic. If we are going to be myopic, we would say it is a shock road. No, that would mean that we are myopic, and you cannot take public resources to do private things. That is one of them. There is this road which passes through Chinyarwanda. Where?
Muzizi Road.
I'm glad you are a real infrastructure man. So if it comes here, and do you see it passes through Chinyarwanda, it goes and connects to the one going to from Kisubi to Nakauka. So while it serves us inside here, but it is connecting us to the world. A city is connected to the world. That's why I do not expect the youth to close any entrance. Because a city, which city can have gates and you close and you don't enter? That can only be an estate.
So no gates.
You can put what you call the controls. You can put what you call
Monument.
a monument. Welcome to Akright City. No problem. But close and put a gate and enter. Then stop calling it a city.
Actually, that gate should be down there.
No, okay. For example, if you are talking about it as a gate, then put it here. But if you have put it in the middle, and yet this is already part of you, then what are you talking about? So a monument. And you can't believe how this city was designed. You people, especially those who read the Bible, it has 12 entrances. And that city in Ezekiel is not talking about 12 gates. I don't know how that. Oh. So anyway, you have seen that if you will have this map and this village, these people fall in here, you say, please come. But you are going to pay 500,000.
500, yes.
And you are going to participate. And you are going to do like this, whatever. And then it works. But when it comes to government, we also said, this is it. Incidentally, for those who study history, I never studied history, but now I'm regretting. The word parish, it was started by the Catholic faith, the Pope and the leadership, the Christianity. No wonder, even up to now, in the church you have a parish, not so. So this word parish, government, to use government picked the word parish, but not from their own making. It was from the making of the church. So this area, whose circumference is 10 kilometers, is more or less the standard parish of Uganda. You can't believe the coincidence. So that means tomorrow, if we as leadership, you bought into this vision very well, one day we shall say, we have cut ourselves as a parish. And once we are as a parish, then we would have made everybody here believe in the vision, and the leadership will be elected by people with capacity, not because you can shout so much and then and then they vote you, those who don't matter. That's why this man, I always love him forever. That we define ourselves and then we work towards it. But I'm sorry to have taken long. I was trying to explain the point of outside, and that should also apply for others. Only 2 villages are enclosed inside. It is only Pari village and Executive. The rest all have extensions.
Correct.
Only 2 villages. Diaspora, Professional, New World, Rendezvous, Sun City, Nanka, ICT. They all have only 2 villages, Pari village and Executive. They are the ones that are enclosed. So when you are, I will get you the map which shows you the village, how it extends. But this one I just received, you saw me going to pick it on the border. Yes. But we are now going to show you what exactly, where your village extends. And then you put them and be there. Then again on what I left him explaining about the green areas. If there is a person who would have hated losing a green area, it was me. Because my home, in front there was a huge green area. But I would have been very, very unfair to the circumstances to keep a green area, and we failed to solve certain things. We agreed with Anatoly. We are the designers. Do you know, people, of course, many of Katungono yazarwa mtauni ono. There are people who know how to make pots. Have you ever seen how they make pots? They keep on adding a line of. I'm sure for you have seen. From the about making a basket.
Yes.
They keep on adding. Now, when you come to someone who is still adding this, and you ask, I think he's making yorugari, or he's making a chitenga. There is this big. Please ask him, what are you making? Then he's going to say, I am making orgari, or I am making a chitenga. But if you want to imagine it yourself, then you are likely to be wrong. For us, we said we are building an organized city. A city where values, one of them is that each one of them can be comfortable. If one of them is not going to be comfortable, just because you want to keep the green area, remove. We are the designers. If, for example, let me not go there. I have already told you I should have been the most I should have complained the most. But I also had to give up. And guess what? The ones who came in front of me put up fantastic properties. One of they sold them at $400,000. Immediately, I raised the value of my house. I said, even if mine I had built it with 300 million, it is also as equivalent to my neighbor. Can you say no? When I bring the value, I say this house was sold at $400,000. Even mine is $400,000 because we are neighbors. Anyway, it wasn't. Is it good? People have thrown things at us. We have said, okay, sir or madam, we are very sorry. It was not by intention, it was circumstances. But then later we said, at the same time, let us accept responsibility. When we are putting 8-meter roads, how come people didn't complain that they should have been 3 like elsewhere? Like some places, they are 4 meters. For us, we did 8. How come people didn't complain? Why are you giving us big roads? There is a... Okay. But let me say it hurt me. A lady, one of the ladies on Alexander Avenue, complained that why are you on it? I said, madam, I am also affected. The green area, I also wanted it, but it's not there. So let us see. But meanwhile, our road is the widest. They're about 16 meters. So you are still complaining that in front of your house there is 16-meter road, but you still want the green, and for us we remain in debt. Thank you. No, we said we are the designers. You had a question, madam. You can.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.